your boy from the room. Yo, Corey Holcombs went to the podcast to address Donnell Rawlings situations. This is what he had to say.
I didn't even know the in there. I thought he left because he acted like he was leaving out.
Yeah.
The security guard at the front told me after all of the bullshit happened, that whole act like he was leaving, but he was like, nah, I'm going to watch this. So he had some animosity with me.
Right.
I ain't never did nothing but been respectful to that boy because I'm scared of people that's ugly. Ugly people never get a fair shot in life. Let's just say that. When you ugly, do we got that picture? Could you put that picture up for a second? When you ugly, dog, the world is cold. You could be caked up. You could have a bag, but you still ugly. That's why I'm scared of ugly people, man. That boy looked like one of them kids you donate money to, like 40 cents a week or something like that.
Right.
You know the little boy, did he start laughing? He one of them looking. Look, this is a picture of self-hate. He ugly. He didn't want to make a baby with nobody that remotely looked like him. So this is some mail order bride looking ass Asian woman that he bred with, and she left him right after the baby was out because he ugly. Ugly people will do something to you or start mess because they ain't got nothing to lose. People who could get the club, they don't really want to fight. It be the who can't get that's always jumping it off. So I'm just saying, I'm up against an ugly person. It's not fair. They need ugly people's security. Whenever somebody ugly come in, they should have to fill out a form different than everybody else. So the ugly boy came in there, watched my show. On all you people who didn't get the truth, here's the truth right here. On everything I love, the man was watching me do my thing on stage. His jealousy just bust out of him. I didn't say nothing to that man. When I see that man and I speak to him, I'll be like, hey, brother, how you doing? Even though I always knew he was there's a lot of story. I never liked that all that playing that. Got it for receipts, I ain't gonna lie. Everybody listen to this. I want you to fact check this. When I said on stage, if you've been in more than 3 movies, you probably had a in your that hi. Ask anybody who was there that night. When I said, if you done 3 or more movies, you probably, I don't know how probably is spelled right now, but probably had in your ass. That struck the nerve in that for him to start talking crazy and yelling while I was on stage. So all you people out there who think Corey is the who is the aggressor, you wrong. He who wanted some attention. Look, he did about an extra 10 minutes than what he was supposed to do talking about my coming out, y'all, and y'all gotta support it and all that suck. I hope this DVD, I hope this Netflix funny garbage. I want you to be rich as you could be because you ugly. You need Oprah Winfrey type paper to walk the earth like you want to walk the earth, homie. You ugly. Your neck like this. It's naturally like this. Watch that relax. You know, when people relax, they do this. That relax and do this. It still be up. It still be up. He looked like one of them people from a village somewhere where people put oil pipelines through their asking them. That's what he looked like. He ugly. So he wants me to jump and fall for the suckers, for the youngsters. That man did everything in his power to get me to come out my body. We live in Hollywood, dog. Everything is a videotape. You can't come out your body because the invites you to do it no more. When you get with a mother, you got to get with it somewhere else. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You can't just doot 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 like back in the day. Boop, ba-da, boop. You can't do that no more. It's a video of you doing whatever you do.
He's walking me to the room. Yo, Corey Holcomb really just bodied Donnell Rawlings. Honestly, he gave some crazy, amazing points in terms of just comedic rhetoric. I mean, honestly, he's saying that he's the greatest. He's saying that that he's the best at this time when he gets on the stage. Imagine like you one of the greatest rappers of all time, and you got just average rappers on stage. Once they finish and once you get on, you the main headline. You the best. So it's like Kanye West Rolling Loud or whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? He at the top of the list. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna put him in the middle of the pack. You know what I'm saying? The fans gonna be the loudest. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand. It's no hate to everybody else. It's just there's levels to it, and I feel like we got to stop saying people are arrogant when they actually when some people when it comes to talent. When it comes to super talented people, sometimes the way they are talented is being a little bit off the edge. Like you can't expect everybody who is extremely talented to be the same way as the normal average human being. It takes something a little bit different for them to make them who they are. Corey Holcomb is unfiltered and he's 100% authentic in terms of, I mean, he doesn't have nobody behind him to where he's like has to shut his mouth or bite his tongue. He doesn't have to bite his tongue like a lot of these other people because they're owned by other people. It seems like he's on his own, doing his own type of stuff, moving on his own independently, and he's just being who he is. And people don't accept it. They're gonna take it as hate for some reason, but he's really just keeping it a being. Donnell Rawlings, he do kind of look like a roach. Like, I mean, I thought we all kind of noticed that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought that's what made him funny, right? Was that like, like in order to be to get attracted or get attracted to people or to be in front of people and make them accept him. I mean, he got to be funny, right? Like, but Corey Holcomb just went on a crazy, crazy violation on all levels to him. I can't say that I agree, but I agree only because the way Donnell Rawlings was talking. Now, he's talking as if he's standing up for all of this, standing up for Dave Chappelle. How are you fighting for another dude? Like, that's what's weird. Like, these people out here fighting for other men. Like, let Dave Chappelle reply. Why are you replying? Why are you that mad for Dave Chappelle? That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So he really exposed himself. And Corey Holcomb is really good at just exploiting, like, stupidity or exploiting someone who's just not his level comedically or I guess as an oracle. You know what I'm saying? And that's no hating. I'm not just siding 100% with Corey. I just agree with a lot of the takes that he give. I agree with his Dave Chappelle take. I agree with most of his takes. I mean, I feel like he comes from a personal perspective that is objective. Like he's not tied to anything. That's basically what I'm saying. I respect people who are not tied to big businesses in a giant, like basically like a giant white person behind them, basically funding the whole thing, like a Jewish white person behind them funding the whole thing. I respect the ones that are doing it without them. You know what I'm saying? With all due respect to all people, I'm just saying, I respect the ones that are independent without them. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably more black owned than just them owning it and maybe you being the only one or maybe three other minorities. So that's basically my take on Corey Holcomb and Donnell Rawlings. I feel like Corey Holcomb is right. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And it was kind of funny. I can't even hold you. It wasn't even kind of funny. It was actually really, really, really funny. So Corey Holcomb continued to be really funny because to me, like he's one of the funniest dudes like ever to not be like plastered all over comedy movies and all this stuff. So he said every 3 movies is something inside of you. Kevin Hart has about like 40 movies a year. So you let me know what you guys think.